Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday and welcome into Zelda Speedruns. Today we have the Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 4 settings reveal / showcase race. I'm Golden Devil. Alongside me today are Pippi in a top hat and Familia. We will give a shout out to our runners and trackers once we get going, but how are you all doing?
Doing good. Really excited about getting to showcase all the work that folks have done to get us ready for our coming season.
Yeah. Yeah, excited to we have a lot of like little new features and quirks getting shown off in these settings. I'm excited to explore them.
Yeah, it's so we have spent this is SD, this is for the Wii. We've spent a little while, past few months working on this. The everything will get started in January, a little after GDQ. So I guess we can just get going with this. We're gonna try and keep it short. So um, start with kind of what the completion requirements are going to be. Some of this is pretty standard. If you watch the prior season, we are sticking with 3 required dungeons. Kind of the big changes is we are opening a few of the dungeons, and the kind of big new setting that we have this season is the regional Earth Temple key pieces, which will be shuffled in the Elden Volcano region. So if Earth Temple is required, well, no matter what, the 5 key pieces will be shuffled in the Elden Volcano region. You just will have to get them if Elden is required. I know Pippi has played with that a little bit, a few times, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Um yeah, if anybody has played with the HD version of the randomizer, this is a feature that they've had in various forms for a bit, but is brand new to Skyward Sword SD and should be really interesting. I think it might change the meta a little bit of the kind of existing meta for Skyward Sword randomizer is often that uh, Elden, like early Elden, is one of the most check dense regions of the game. So it might also be like a tiny bit of a nerf to early Elden because you're guaranteed to get Earth Temple dungeon access and you might not want that
Yeah,
from doing Elden. So that might be really interesting. I'm excited to see how people like work it into their gameplay.
yeah.
For
And
sure.
then we have LMF raised at the start. This was kind of in response to feedback from last season. And we removed the C chart as you start with the C chart, so Sandship starts open, which just kind of reduces one item you might need to find. The Goddess sort start, we will get to this later, but we are playing with Goddess cubes, and that is why we raised the sword start. I think the other big change here is just we decided to disable the horde fight. It's a cool skill check and it's an interesting thing, but it also adds 5+ minutes to the seeds, and we were kind of trying to balance that out.
Yeah,
Um,
especially since we went with some other things we'll talk about here in a second that kind of added back. We were trying to aim for a specific time range for most players, and this ended up being one of the things we could do to help us get to where we were hoping to be.
yeah. So next, we'll talk about some of the checks and starting items. A few of these are pretty similar. I realize now there is a typo. So we are doing random spawn, starting spawn, and random bird statues. The random spawn will be at a bird statue, which guarantees basically you can get to the sky very quickly. This is actually a suggestion Pippi made for some things that we tried with the co-op tournament. The big highlight is Goddess Cubes. We have not used Goddess Cubes since season 2, which at this point was now um, late
There you go.
2022.
It's been a little bit.
Um, yeah, and the randomizer since then allows us to toggle individual checks instead of kind of regional cubes, and so as a result, we could kind of play with cubes more individually. So we could remove some that were really bad, and kind of keep ones that lead to interesting routing choices without there being too much fluff. Silent realms are enabled. We had talked about with 3 dusk relics in each. That's the typo that I don't think is committing here, but we had talked about removing them, and kind of in things we were talking, we're like, well, Silent Realms are kind of interesting, and we want to keep them in, and the seed length wasn't too long. The
And
other
it gives us an opportunity to show off a really cool new feature.
Yeah.
Just great stuff. We want to show y'all new things that we're capable of having in our randomizer and hope y'all enjoy.
Yeah, so the big thing is you can skip the harp playing now to enter the trials, which cuts out, a minute or so entering every Silent Realm.
Yeah,
I don't know
to
if
be
it's
clear,
actually
it
in.
skips but the playing of the harp sequence, which I think is like a big plus for anybody playing on emulator, because we do allow people to play on emulator, and motion controls for that type of movement can be really finicky on emulator, which is like a big sort of knock against playing on emulator if you have hardware as an option. So that's kind of a nice like further accessibility thing in case you don't have hardware as an option. But also it will guarantee to skip the entire Fi singing cutscene, which unfortunately does take out the skill check of doing the harp cancel, but it also is probably worth it for just the amount of we can put more stuff in each seed if we are not accounting for the majority of people aren't 100% consistent with harp cancel. It's like a 2 or 3 frame trick, and it's motion controls. It's gonna be awkward. So like it's just, well, at the cost of this tiny cool trick, we can fit in so many more checks and so many more fun things like goddess cubes.
Yes. And Tadtone Sanity, the Flooded Fairywood's region was added a little after season 2. And we didn't use it in Remlets or season 3 because we were trying to figure out how to. And we did actually add the Tadtone Sanity. So the Water Dragon's reward is required. There will be 3, you have to collect 3 groups of Tadtones anywhere in the world, plus 5 checks within the Tadtones. This is actually, shout out to Audrey and Oni. They kind of identified this as a good set, and we went with it because it is spread out a little bit. There's some routing. There's some knowing how to get air. And then the other thing, just we disabled a few checks that were not super popular. The biggest one was Beetle's Shop. The Muddy Grind was really painful in season 3. People really did not like it. And we are starting with the Horned Colossus Beetle, and we disabled that. So you can kind of do some fun things with money and the discount there. As for the other checks, it was mostly just a question of they were kind of long and how to balance them. Keek Wielder's reward, for instance, was probably the least popular check in season 3.
I would love to, on my bucket list of features to someday have in SD Randomizer, is less Machi cutscenes. Machi, I already have to see your cutscenes in vanilla speedruns. I am not interested in seeing your cutscenes in Randomizer too.
Yeah. Not going to spend too much time on this with the hints, but it's the same sort of split we had last time with hints on Fi, hints on Gossip Stones, and hints on the songs. Baron hints will be on Fi at the start of the game. We have 14 of the Gossip Stones enabled with path hints. Kind of the big thing is every Triforce piece has a hint somewhere. So, you might have more incentive to go to a Baron Volcano Summit to grab one of the hints if you don't know where that Triforce is. And the songs will tell you what's in the Silent Realm they'll tell you at least one item in the Silent Realm if there's anything useful. Now getting to the tournament structure. So this was something that I spent a lot of time thinking about. Season 3, we had 19 entrants for a 16-person tournament, and we had to keep people out. And there are reasons why we did that, but we wanted to try and find a way to get everyone in. So what we are doing this season is a group stage into a 8-person bracket. So if you've seen the World Cup, you kind of know how they do the group draw. So runners will be placed into pools based on skill, and then there will be 4 groups of people. Each group will do a single round robin, and the top 2 move on to the 8-person bracket. So it'll be starting January 9th, which is scheduled to be kind of right after GDQ, give people 5 weeks to play. We think probably somewhere between 3 and 5 races. This can kind of expand and contract based on how many runners we have. And then it will lead into a bracket stage. First for second in round 1, it is single elimination, best of 3. A big thing we wanted to do was, 1, give people flexibility in scheduling the tournament, and 2, make sure it doesn't drag on too long. I think if you watched season 3, it went on for, with qualifiers, I think almost 5 months.
Oh my gosh.
It started in January and went through late May. There were some runners that had 7 weeks between races. We really wanted to avoid that. And so it was trying to find the right balance between letting people in. Qualifiers are also just really hard to do in a tournament, in a community this size. This is something we've struggled with Remlit and season 3. We did also talk about a Swiss style tournament, but logistically, Swiss is really hard to run. It sounds really good, but if one person misses a race or one person drops out, it becomes kind of a nightmare. So we wanted to have something that could adapt depending on how many runners we have. The one disclaimer, if we have more than 24 people, we will probably be readjusting a lot of things, but if we get there, we will figure that out.
And how exciting it would be if we did get there.
Yes. So, please join our Discord. If you have any questions or interested, we've got the link here to the full tournament information as well. Feel free to ask any of the staff on that server. All 3 of us are. So yeah, I don't know if you 2 have anything else on this, but we can kind of get to the race.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's get going.
The only other thing I have is we also are always looking for volunteers. So if you've been wondering about what it might be like to help out when restreams do happen, please connect with us on the Discord server, and we'd love to have you and help you figure out, cool, what is it like to get to volunteer and help showcase really cool runners.
Yes. And now we're going to have Vibrant Viola and Whalefins on the stream. Also, huge shout out to our 2 trackers, Lada Chiamaka and Tomotalk. We are waiting for the runners to let us know that they're ready before we get going. But yeah, Vibrant Viola is a pretty new racer. She did a lot of volunteering in season 3 and but started racing relatively recently. Whalefins has been around but hasn't entered a tournament, I think, for a couple years. So we are about to get underway. We'll get to see how everything goes. Any dungeon predictions for anyone?
I want Sandship. I always want Sandship.
Vimy, yes.
That's an interesting choice. I kind of a personal bias. I want to see Ancient Cistern.
I want to see Earth Temple just so we can see the keys.
The keys,
yeah. I feel like as a tournament organizer, like I probably should have rolled a few seeds to see if I could get one with Earth Temple, but we went with RNG, so we're at 50-50. And we will see where. So we are starting in Farron. Emerald Tablet start.
All right, we're gonna see our hints. No flooded Farron, no cistern.
That is surprising.
No village. Yeah, no cistern's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Those are some powerful Baron hits.
Yeah, Flooded Farron Woods. So that means 2 hints are going to be total junk and it is Gus Bellows start.
Oh, interesting.
Skyview, Ancient Cistern, and Sandship are our 3 dungeons. So we will not see the Earth Temple keys come into effect. Oh, this did not come up. Yes. So Yal pointed out that random starting item can only choose an item that unlocks a location at the start. Although, funny enough, they started with Gust Bellows. There is one location that Gust Bellows opens at the start. That is Malara's crystals, which are in a barren Skyloft village.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Certainly.
Ring Academy Bell. Right.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
True.
So we will get to see that. We're seeing some divergence. I think Viola is thinking about getting hints potentially. Maybe checking sealed grounds, checking. She's running around. I can't tell. Whale, meanwhile, going right to the sky. Those were predictions, not the actual dungeons. We actually haven't seen anyone. Oh, sorry.
Well, we know
Viola
Ancient Cistern was a hint.
It's Skyview, Cistern, and Fire Sanctuary.
Well, Fire Sanctuary, not Sandship.
It would have been my faves, but unfortunately not.
That's a bottle on Chandelier. As we do start with Pouch, that's a pretty nice early pickup.
Yes. I apologize. We were misreading Sledge. Yeah, and that we know Flooded Farron Woods is dead, so Water Dragon's scale Water Dragon's reward is dead. It's okay, Sledge. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
It is funny, as we've just witnessed, that you do get forced to pick up the soup here unless you warp to start if you have a bottle on you after knocking down the chandelier, which means because there's a bottle on the chandelier, you're gonna get souped.
Yeah.
A fun little interaction.
They will have to drink the soup before they can get some
I want to see
scores.
The timing breakdown of whether or not you should run over and talk to him and have the interaction and then turn around and pick up the bottle. If that saves time in this very specific, never before seen circumstance.
Yeah. And Viola doing what I do and drinking the soup while leaving Lumpy Pumpkin.
Yeah.
You can't really run fast. So and that is Betro 50 is dead. We kind of glossed over that, but that is also an always hint that we added. That was kind of meant to balance the hints a little bit, because if a Triforce is in a Silent Realm, it won't get hinted on a Gossip Stone, and the sometimes hints, if there's too many, depending on your dungeon layout, can become effectively always hints. So we were kind of trying to balance out and make hints not too powerful. Hint balance is hard.
Hints are
we
very
also
hard.
took away some checks that were always hints, and so trying to figure out how to keep a decent balance. There was a lot that went into it.
Yeah. You know, that wallet you're not going to complain about because that is free money.
Yeah.
And Whale is now checking the dungeons. Skyview, Ancient Sister, and Fire Sanctuary. And yeah, that's basically the difference was kind of running around. I will say I'm a little surprised nobody decided to check the 2 hints in Farron that they could. Like, I get they're a little out of the way. But I at least generally would have. But I'm also not very good at racing this, so.
I mean, I think you could make an argument in both directions. Like, it is a super valid routing choice in both ways, because, like, knowledge is power. We do like having hints, but also because our starting item was not something that makes traversing Farron very immediately lucrative, the assumption is that you're going to come back.
Their starting item was Scale. It was not Bellows.
Oh, it's not Bellows.
Okay. Well, that definitely changes things.
It changes things, but interestingly, not all too much, because Flooded Farron Woods was dead.
Well, that's not accessible right now.
Yeah.
But Lake Floria.
Yeah.
I mean, the more interesting thing is, no, chat Chat said
And
Bellows
we also
start,
got
and we
another
didn't.
sword. So
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, we believed people too easily.
we believed their predictions that were, in fact, we thought that was them telling us. Yeah, so that is, they both got their first sword here. That skill start, though, if the runners had noticed that, I would have done, definitely would have done, like, Floria.
yeah.
Because that is 7 checks plus a goddess cube. And that was the Elden Trial is dead, so we got Din's Power.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the hints specifically, as we were saying, like they're definitely going to have to go back and retraverse with the beetle. So like, it seems like kind of an either or to me of like, do you want to go get the hints now or go back for them later? Because either way, you're probably going to wind up doing multiple traversals of Farron.
Yeah.
But
And
with the scale, that changes the balance a lot, I think.
yeah. I mean, like, Floria is a lot of pretty dense checks, but, like, Skyloft is as well. So
No, that's fair. I would have just done Floria because I'm there already.
yeah.
But also, I'm a Knowledge is Power player. So, like, for me, personally, having the hints and clearing most of, like, Floria would have been good.
Well, that's a
Ooh.
bow on Rhina. That's our first B-wheel item.
They did get it. So they got a sword on the goddess statues. They're both at the white
Yeah.
sword, the level 3. Yeah, you get 2 items off the goddess statue. Yeah, and I do feel like this is the right
we have a
call.
projectile now, which is gonna open quite a few things up as well for us.
Especially with that wallet, I definitely like Whale's choice to immediately book it for shop, and also
Mhm.
there's our beetle.
Well, speak of another projectile.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a
triangle.
Triforce.
Okay.
Caro, what you doing? What you doing, Pero? Where did you get all this stuff?
Yeah, and that's the one thing about the Triforce hints is if you get the Triforces early, those hints get less valuable. So whether you want to actually route in hints really becomes situational in some ways. Like with these dungeons too, there are 4 sometimes hints. Although with Sister and Baron, that takes out the 2 Sister sometimes hints. But with Fire Sanctuary, the hints that you might get there are pretty valuable. Looks like it looks like all junk here on Beetle Shop.
Shop might have been Unhinted Baron, which honestly isn't that surprising.
I mean, we got 2 pretty big check dense locations as Hinted
Yeah.
Baron.
Yeah, Cistern is 11 checks. Flooded Faron Woods is 6 checks.
Yeah.
The way that Baron hints work is the more locations that are in a region, the more likely that that's going to be hinted. And so, yeah, like some of our 2, 3, 4 check regions could just all be Baron as well. And nice waterfall cave dive from Whale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the in logic waterfall cave dive. That's a harp-shaped object at the end.
Which is Ballad of the Goddess.
Ballad.
With harp, that makes Sealed Grounds a lot better. Unfortunately, the layout of the items in here is such that the waterfall cave dive is actually slower. This is kind of the thing about it is if this first chest has something, it is slower to do it because you've got to basically traverse it twice.
And it was a dead Tadtone. Oh, we also got Viola checking shed chest for us. Thank you. I was wondering if anybody had checked that yet.
I think Whale did check that, but yeah. With these items now, they can full clear Lake Floria, and they can clear all but one check here all but two here in. Oh no, they can't go inside the Great Tree. So there are a few checks they can't clear here in Farron Woods.
But they can definitely get some statues and get some hints.
Yeah, but also they can do almost all of Skyview right now.
Did we see what was on Night Academy Bell?
No.
No.
Because they got the beetle and the bow after.
Yeah, nobody went back for it. Interesting. So that's a check that's hanging out waiting for us.
Let's see what's here.
That looks like a nothing? That's a nothing.
Treasure?
Looks like a medal of some kind.
Yeah.
And I expect Viola, once she gets to the end of Waterfall Cave, will probably also warp to start.
Yep.
There's one hint in the sky that nobody has seen, but I don't know that we need to do it. And yeah, Ancient Sister, nobody's going to go there until the end of the seed.
Yeah.
This is interesting. This could mean that the whip is somewhere very late in logic. Although, with the scale start, half of the dungeon is open from the start.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so surprising that
little peak. I can't see it. I'm very bad at seeing it, but I love going for the peak.
Yeah, I'm not.
Is
that a slingshot or a bow?
That was might have been a harp-shaped object. It might have been the end of a harp, or it might have been a bow.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
I'm not sure which, but I'm also looking at this on a tiny commentator screen, so
yeah. And
I
those myths now mean that Skyview Temple can be fully beaten. So we will see a dungeon completion in probably the first half hour. Skyview is pretty quick. It should not take them that long to clear.
Yeah, and they're nearby it, so really, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for the comms team.
Okay.
Because both of our runners seem to be doing Floria forwards. Under this circumstance, do you do Floria forwards or backwards?
I would do it forwards because I think I want to end up by Sealed Grounds and then warp to start out of Sealed Grounds. Because I think you want to grab the statue and check inside, and then you're going to want to go back to Skyview.
Yeah, I feel like... So I was going to say backwards, because we know we don't do... We're not doing Ancient Cistern. If we were doing Ancient Cistern afterwards, I probably would have gone forwards. But you go backwards, grab the statue for later, go through, do all the checks, and then warp to start, and you're still right next to Sealed Grounds, and you can make it the judgment call at that point with the items you have between rushing Sealed Grounds or Deep Woods.
It's probably not a huge difference.
I don't think it is, but I like I don't know what I'm gonna get. Let's leave my options open.
Yeah, I usually default towards just doing forwards Floria if I have scale.
Vimy, I need you to weigh in and pick whose method is correct. Because we have 3 commentators, I'm gonna take advantage of it.
Vimy's gonna be like, I don't know anything.
I mean, I think generally speaking, right, with just like the info we have now, I probably would also have, if I was spoiler locking it since I physically cannot play, probably would have, well, that's a bow. Gone forwards as well. Just because I'd want to look at the things up here last and see if we got anything that made me be like, right? Like, if I found the whip, like, I might as well.
I didn't see what Whale saw on that hint stone.
I also didn't. Let's see what it is when Viola gets there. I'd like to also point out if our read was correct and that peak was another bow, then we have found all 3 bows.
Yes.
Yes.
Does look like the Bumble Rock chest had something here. I was wondering, will we see either runner do the trick for the cube here? One of the two. So there are 3 cubes on the Great Tree. We have enabled 2 of them. One of them, there's a trick to do with a Skyward Strike from the ground with the Bokos, but I don't know if we'll see them do it.
In my opinion, absolutely not worth.
Yeah. See, I do that
Boko
trick a
pushing
lot,
sucks.
but oh no, it's not the Boko push.
Oh.
The other one, you can just kind of lure a Boko pretty easily. You don't have to push it over.
Oh, see, my brain still counts that as Boko pushing. If you're putting a Boko in a spot, you're pushing the Boko. Like, I just don't want to. I don't want to mess with it. Did Viola check the hint? I think she might have missed it.
Did they both skip that hint?
I didn't see her get the hint either.
I feel like...
Are we blind?
I mean, it's entirely possible all 3 of us missed it.
Also, we're setting up for cube warp here.
This is a very fun trick.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
That setup was giving me agita, but I'm glad it worked.
Lachimaka says someone got the hint. So what I'm going to do is pull up her VOD and see if I can find it.
That was
Empty
a bottle
bottle.
at Fire Sanctuary on Whale's side. I missed the Field Grounds hint because I was too busy reading Whale's side.
I am looking at Whale's VOD, so I didn't see it either.
Well,
I can pull up Viola's VOD. So there's a bottle on, was that Platts or Second Magma?
I think it was Platts. I couldn't read the words, but it didn't look long enough of a text block to be Second Trap Magma.
Okay. It was Water Dragon's Reward, was the duplicate of it.
Okay.
Rip.
And since I have Whale's stream up, Platts has an empty bottle not required, because you need a bottle to get there.
Yeah.
So that is the circumstance when the randomizer can actually say a bottle is unrequired. Let's see if I can find now.
Unfortunately, that means we will not be getting bottle percent today.
What if somebody gets it for fun?
Then I would applaud them.
Check Viola's stream and see if I can get that Sealed Grounds hint. I cannot. If anyone else in chat saw it.
Yes, Viola making use of the fact that she has a real strong bow. Go for it. Love it.
Yeah. The bow one-shots almost every enemy.
So good.
You do have to be careful with the hornets here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can do that with a projectile.
You just have to wait.
You just have to hit it from further away so that they dissipate while you're on your way over, and don't ever grab aggro. Because for some reason, the Skyward Strike does dissipate the hornets immediately, but any other projectile is going to make them swarm for a minute.
Let's see. Just lining up cube warp. The angle is a little off.
It's okay. We also have a second chance, and if we don't get on our second chance, we got a backup.
We do, in fact, have multiple backup options. There are many ways to skip Deep Woods.
Yes. And yeah, I was going to say, well, this has to be a small key here on 2 eyes. So Whale could have decided to bit warp, but she doesn't really have a good way to die.
I don't think Whale as a player really does a lot of bit anyway, so I wouldn't have expected her to.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but also without an easy way to die, the bit warp is maybe not the fastest. Yeah.
I mean, personally, I would do it just because if there's a possibility that you can skip 3 eyes by skipping both small keys, I would take it.
That's true.
Even if, like, 90% of the time it's going to be about a break even. But, like, that's also, like, I am a player who uses bit a lot.
Like, I'm a player who uses bit a lot more than I used to. I mean, I pretty consistently do this, too. It looks like the Stalfos chest is dead. I couldn't see about 3 eyes yet, but...
Yeah, another side effect of starting with our water dragon scale is the fact that... Oh, that's claw shots!
Oh, love that.
Although, until we get another region, those don't open a lot.
They open top of
They're
Great
going to be real nice when we have the region.
Yeah.
And they also open top of Great Tree, which is my favorite bird statue. But yeah, because we started with Water Dragon Scale, we instantly have Skyview 2, which does make Skyview in general, like, quite a bit faster. Like, we like being on Skyview 2.
You do not have to do the mini boss. Yeah, this is a big version difference between if you've seen the HD randomizer, it will never put you on layer 2 of Skyview.
Oh, that is an extra pouch! Personally, hear me out. I kinda like having this weird arbitrary difference. It's another thing to think about. It's a little bit of nuance. I like it.
I need to play some HD Rando again one of these days.
You want to read? I played it for 11 hours the other day.
I watched a big chunk of it, I remember.
Oh, there's H.
And 3 Eyes is dead. So it looked like both chests in the back had something. Oh. Whale is gonna have to use the beetle or the bow to kill those bobbles. I mean, now.
You can also just run away and run back. Yeah, but often
it'll be fast.
No.
Also, you know what surprises me is neither one has pulled out a shield yet. The shield
hitters unite.
Yeah, I mean for the Staldra, I just find it's really easy to pull out the shield and
bonk it.
Nope, she's gonna get hit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you have a very small window with those babas.
How did the Staldra get here? Is there another Staldra here? I don't spend
No, it fell down.
No,
it fell down.
Which I've never seen before.
Same.
I saw a Boko climb down. It didn't actually climb, it fell. But climb down a shortcut log for the first time yesterday. Had never seen that one before. Like, enemies falling is just the theme of the week.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite enemy falling is the Boko in Fire Node.
Oh,
that will just run off.
Yeah, similarly, I'm a big fan of if you're doing swordless caged robot, you can get rid of the Bokos by having them run out of the zone where they can exist and turn themselves into skeletons by carrying a bomb vaguely threateningly. It's pretty funny.
Personally, I'm a fan of when Skirvo just, falls off after you make his arms go away.
True.
But that's intended. Where some of these things are not necessarily, I feel like we're not intended.
It's just a funny, quirky video game.
Yeah. I hate this boss key chest because swinging on vines in this game is terrible.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Like, I think they're better than Wind Waker vines.
They sure
marginally.
are. I was told, so when I first started running Skyward Sword, whenever the Skyward Sword vines messed up, I would say the phrase, at least it's better than Wind Waker ropes. And then a Wind Waker runner came into my chat and was like, oh no, yours are worse. And I'd believed them for like 2 years. Ooh, that's a
Triforce.
Oh my.
And then like I started playing Wind Waker Randomizer and I was like, wait, but these vines are worse. And I've been corrected yet again. Let's see if chat agrees with the take I was told, which is that Skyward Sword vines are worse than Wind Waker SD, but better than Wind Waker HD and Wind Waker Randomizer. H
yes, H. Yes, very important. H content.
H content.
We cannot forget that.
But this is a very complicated Vine meta that I've stumbled into.
Indeed.
Yeah, see, this is another place where I would use the shield on this fight.
It's
I'm
faster
a big Highlands. I understand that, but you're good at this game, and I'm not.
Oh, that's a stretch.
Okay, Pippi. Sure. If you want to say that.
I feel like I just got... Oh, we've got a shield! We got a shield just for you.
Yeah.
I mean, doing the Nostalgia with the shield is just...
Oh, that Nostalgia just cooperated. The Nostalgia, I believe it is about... if you can get the Nostalgia kill, like Viola's first one there, and that one too, where they just kind of cooperate for a second, and you kind of just no-scope them, that's, like, gonna be the fastest possible Nostalgia kill you can get. Pulling out the shield and not pulling out the shield, kind of whatever is faster, is whatever you had already equipped.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
For me, it's just about comfort. Like,
yeah. And comfort is definitely, like, is a large consideration in terms of deciding what tricks you want to do. Because, like, yes, doing Girahim 1 without the shield is going to be faster. Also, though, I could do the Girahim 1 strats without the shield that I would do for any percent, where you intentionally switch sides every time because you're intentionally desyncing your motion controls to save a couple frames. And I'm not gonna do that in Randomizer, because you know what? That sounds like sin because it is.
And there's Arcade's key.
More things that aren't super useful since we don't have any other regions yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point where they're gonna have to go check out Sealed Ground. They're gonna have to check Top of the Great Tree.
Slingshot.
They're gonna have to make sure they get the Goddess Cubes. Because all of the Farron Goddess Cubes are in Logic now.
Yeah, they're running out of options that are nice and check dense.
Yeah, like, there's Bat 5 and 10. There is the Bell and Goddess and Zelda's Closet in Skyloft.
Mm-hmm.
There's Top of the Great Tree.
We also have some strat variation here of Viola's going for the swing back across the vines, which again is faster, but you brave soul, you are willingly interacting with ropes.
Yeah, and this is one that I know how to do. I'm just so bad at it. I'm just not consistent enough at it.
Oh, we going for the swing shot? Oh!
Skipping the cube for now. She'll grab it later, I think. Oh no, she's remembering now.
We remembered there are cubes.
And the interesting thing, so these runners, it's not going to cause them issues, but technically now this chest inside the Great Tree does require Gust Bellows in the new logic. There have been a couple logic changes that were kind of meant to make the whole randomizer more beginner friendly. And one of them is that you have to ride the platforms inside the Great Tree instead of just doing the jump down.
Yeah, I do appreciate that in terms of like, obviously, like a lot of us here are like, well, but actually doing the jump down is easier than doing the platforms, but it's definitely not something that if you were just picking up the randomizer without somebody like showing you how to do it or without watching a bunch of runs, you would realize that you can do.
I would also say every single one of us has missed the jump that we think is really easy, and missing the jump is not
feels
fun.
bad.
Okay, in my defense, I don't think I've ever actually straight up missed the jump. I have gotten the jump, landed on the little overhang over the chest I want, then walked too fast off of the overhang and Link leaps into the water instead of dropping down nicely.
Those fire shield earrings.
Ooh. More
Lots
things
of
are
things
useless
for other locations.
I mean, yeah. And so this cube was not, so we kind of used the Co-op Season 2 cubes as a base. But this cube we actually didn't use. We used the other cube on the Great Tree. Kind of forgot this one is actually pretty consistent to drop down on.
Yes.
Whereas the other one, dropping down without claw shots is awful.
It is indeed.
So
yeah. If anyone at home wants to be perfectly consistent at dropping down to that cube, literally you just go, like, if you want to do it slow, you just go to that little, like, place where the branch bends, you go in the armpit, and then you do one scoot to the right, and then drop.
Yeah, there is a swag strat that you can basically back off the tree and skyward strike while you're in the sky. That is faster. It is a really cool trick, but if you miss it, you've got to climb all the way back up top.
Yes.
And I wonder, so we're going to see some goddess cubes here. So this goddess cube here on Lumpy Pumpkin kind of behaves odd, and you can't douse it from far away.
Can't douse it from close up either because it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see if either of the Spiral Charge Rocks had anything. I assume we are finally going to see the Bamboo Island hint. Maybe one of the runners is going to go see it.
Maybe?
Probably, eventually.
No? Anyone?
Maybe not. I would like to point out Viola did go back and get the cube that she missed earlier. Thank you. I know it's dead,
and that
but also...
like the West Cliff? The goddess statue on the cliff had something?
Yeah, probably. Oh, we're doing an interesting choice here to do Daytime Betrow. Because Daytime Betrow only saves time if you only have to do it once.
I think that's not true with Fast Text. I think with Fast Text you can do it a few times.
I believe it's still true because the Sleeping Tonight is very, very fast in actuality, and the camera pan is what loses you the time. Not as much the text. So, like, general wisdom is, there's a reason.
And that has been in Logic. That is been
for
in Logic for a while because they got 5 crystals very early.
Yes.
And 5 loose crystals are in Logic from the very start. So we are 100% going to see the Bamboo Island hint before our runners go to Eldin. I say that, and they're going to skip it, but it's also just, it's right there.
Yeah, essentially, if you're opting for doing the side hop off, you're kind of making the gamble that you don't ever want to go back to Betrow again. You're kind of saying, bat 30 and 40, I don't think they're anything. I don't need them. Which, considering that we just got our ruby tablet, so we know that that would prevent Betrow from being barren. That doesn't look like that bad of a gamble at this point.
But also, we
Like,
didn't know we
like,
were going to get our ruby tablet until we got our ruby tablet.
yeah, it's definitely a decision point, and like different racers with different playstyles will make different decisions.
Yeah, I mean, I, for example, might have checked bat 10 in my first go on Skyloft. I would have strongly considered it, but that's the way I play.
See, also my brain has been polluted with co-op, so I'm like, yeah, of course I would have checked bat 10, but also I would have checked bat 10 if I have another racer with me who can be
I managed to not see that hint.
That was Zelda's Blessing is dead.
Oh,
okay. Thank you. I just...
Yeah. I knew it was coming.
I was
so
watching Viola do the trick, and I was like, wait, no, hit stone. Ah.
Yeah. I was also watching Viola do that drop down and the side hop off after getting the cube. Gorgeous. We love it. That's what we love to see. My favorite is if you do the Floria Waterfall cube, which is not in these settings, but you get the cube and then you backflip off of the platform, and during the cube animation, you can hear Link go. All right, we finally get to see some Elden checks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what Will was considering there. Maybe just waiting out the choo-choos? Maybe been checking to see if what cubes were in the settings.
Getting used to the cubes is kind of tricky. Like I remembering which of the two by Earth Temple. This is something that was talked about in the staff channels. Like, it seems kind of arbitrary that we're removing some of them. There's a concern about bloat. It's a tough balance. Because, like, there are 3 cubes in Elden Volcano you basically run right by that are not included. It's less bad in some of the other regions.
Oh, that was a dead baby rattle. Don't worry about it.
Yep. We'll see if Boko Base has anything. I don't know if she's going to douse here.
Oh,
there's our Gustbella that we did not start the seed with.
We did not. Very true.
Well, is remembering I should douse here.
Oh, one.
I'm very bad. I've never gotten good at figuring out from the start where the pings are.
I mean,
I don't know
there's
where
some people
it is,
who are
but there's
really
at
good.
least one.
Yeah, there's some people.
I can do it if it's me playing. I cannot do it if I'm commentating. It's like I have to know exactly where Link's feet are to feel confident with it type of thing.
Yeah.
Same with Sandship.
Yeah, and we will see actually just because
it's another
obviously,
bottle.
Yeah, once you have 2 bottles, you don't really need more. What I was going to say is we will kind of see the nerf of Elden Volcano here because 5 of the checks have key pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, that we do not need because Earth Temple is not one of our dungeons today.
Yeah. This did not come up in the presentation, but there is a discussion about there's a trick that allows you to skip the Earth Temple key pieces. We're discussing whether to allow that or not. But that's something you may see that we didn't bring up. Viola is checking this hint here on Skyloft.
I like that play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a knowledge is power person, so I really like it. but it will mean she'll have to climb up here again later.
Gorko is dead.
That's an alright hint.
I kind of like that as
Yeah.
a hint to receive. Oh, there's a sword, because we're also going back to checks. Viola's being very thorough, and I really like the attitude. We're going back to check stuff over here as well.
I mean, I do think if you're Viola, so this chest, I think we saw Whale skip it.
Yes.
It did ping.
But also, like, if you get your second mitts,
That's more gratitude crystals.
so just to put a pin in this, Betroth 30 is now in logic.
It is indeed.
Nobody's going to do 10 loose crystals, because
You
most
would
people are
do
not
10
me.
loose crystals.
I would consider it.
Ooh,
I don't know if I would.
Hook beetle.
Okay, but hear me out. I might be ridiculous, and like, I probably would have routed this in the other order so that you end with Betroth and go do this stuff first in the hopes that you find more gratitude crystals. And if you're 5 away from 30, I would do the clip out of bounds to grab the ones inside Academy. Well, there's
Quick beetle.
2 beetles in Magma Turf. You're not going to complain about Quick Beetle, although, like, the checks that Quick Beetle speeds up are already done.
Oh, that's a wallet. That's not super helpful, but still nice to knock another check off the list.
Well, you're so close. No.
This
There
is
we
our
go.
first, like, kind of major divergence point, though, is that Viola has now kind of been more completionist about the areas that she has finished, whereas Whale has just been kind of gunning through. So it might look like Whale has, like, this hefty lead, but reminder that, like, Whale has a lot of traversal to go back and do. And depending on when she has to go back and do that traversal, that might help Viola out quite a bit. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something. You have to, like, do you thoroughly complete areas that you can, or do you hope that you'll get the items to kind of do them in fewer trips? It's always a tricky question. I tend to go more Viola's way, especially, like, clearing Skyloft checks when I'm already on Skyloft to check things.
Very nice stutter sprint on Whale's side.
Yeah. She does
that
have
stutter-
both a bow and a slingshot, so...
Yeah. Her
But
sprint is fun, though.
it is.
And that trick, it is not easy. It takes some getting used to.
Convincing people to change the logic on that was shockingly hard. Not to toot my own horn, but, like, I would say 90% of the logic changes that have been made the past 2 years have been me being like, why do you expect a beginner to do this?
Did anybody see what that hint was? That was Triforce of Power was somewhere.
Central Skyloft.
Okay.
That's
So
the one
already
we...
have that.
Yeah, this is... Because we have 2 of the hints, these Triforce hints get a lot weaker.
Yeah.
Although, like, with Volcano Summit dead, we at least might see... Like, I kind of wonder, are we going to see one of our runners, or both, full clear Volcano Summit? Or not full clear, but do Volcano Summit get the 2 hints? Because you can only do 1 check there, but there's a Goddess Cube, and the hints aren't that out of the way.
I mean, considering our item loadout, personal choice, I would go to Volcano Summit and go all the way to grab the statue, because we know we're coming back for Fire Sanctuary anyway.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't want to do it right now.
Yeah.
And then like, if you have to go back for that one check that we can't get, like...
Because you're getting the summit
Sure.
entrance.
Yeah.
And Whale...
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is the cube. This is the thing I get confused by, is which of the two Earth Temple cubes. Oh, and there's our second...
Yeah. Second useless hint.
Useless hint, yeah.
Yep, we already found that. And
I believe this is the no-no cube that we just got. Or no.
No.
No, this is the correct cube.
Yes, that is the correct one.
Oh, that is confusing, considering that, like...
Yeah.
That's the cube that has more requirements between the two of them. I was like, yeah, we have one cube. It's gonna be the one that doesn't have requirements.
No, that's why it's that cube, is because it has more requirements.
Man, nobody going for bottle percent. So sad.
I mean, they really could, though.
They could. Oh, that was Thunder Dragon's Song of the Hero part.
Which has nothing.
Excellent.
So that's 2 dead trials. You're rarely going to be sad about not having to go into a silent realm.
Okay, but what if you're me and you're always going to be sad about not having to go into a silent realm because the silent realms are the most fun part?
Okay, fair.
That's a personal
one person is going to be sad about not going to a silent realm.
I'm also going to be sad about you not going into a silent realm because I like watching people do silent realms. But I'm told that silent realms are not actually very popular as a viewer experience because, quote, they're scary. And that's very fair.
I enjoy silent realms. Like, watching someone who really knows how to go through them quickly.
It's cool. Gorgeous. Movement is so...
Interestingly, I feel like I might have done the rest of Elven and finished in Summit. I think that's what Whale is thinking about here.
Okay,
because there's 2 dig spots and a cube that she still has to get, that she skipped.
Hear me out, because, like, obviously routing is way easier when you're not the one playing the seed, but I kind of like the play of if she had entered Summit and then immediately left Summit to set your respawn point, then go do the dig spot RBM dig spot, the final dig spot, the cube on Sandslope, and then death warp back up to Summit, turn around to re-enter. This is my hot take. We also seem to be death warping back up, which is skipping a free hint up top.
Yeah.
Not the recommended way.
I mean, I can't hate it necessarily. The only thing I would say is you have seen all of your useless hints.
Your dead hints, yeah.
Like, except for Bat 50. So, we haven't seen a path hint at all yet.
I would also like to say that, specifically, Whale has not seen every dead hint.
True.
While Viola has. There is one more, War Dragon's reward hint that Whale has not seen, but still, I think
we haven't seen path hints yet, and at this point, with 99% certainty that your Coloctos hint is going to be your whip. That's pretty valuable here.
This is an interesting play from Whale. We went and got the water, but we have left Summit.
I think she may have just forgotten about this.
Yeah. That is an interesting play. Personally, I think at that point, it probably would have been faster, because we did grab our statues along the way. Always good to grab your statues along the way. To just go finish out Summit, and then immediately, go to the sky, come back down at Temple entrance, and go from there. But we are full clearing areas. We do like full clearing areas.
I am pretty sure that this last dig spot is going to be a key piece.
Yeah.
If I'm mathing correctly, I think we've only seen 4, but I'm
I
not
think
100%
so as well.
sure.
Let's find out if speedrunners can count. The answer is no, we can't.
Or what if we can't? And by we, I mean y'all.
Viola has the quick beetle.
Viola has the quick beetle.
Yeah.
I did not see Viola get the quick beetle, because
but she definitely got it.
She has it.
Yeah, but
on her tracker, she's got it. Yeah, it's not marked on ours, but
yeah, it also
she 100% got the 2 beetles.
You
I
could
saw
see
her
it on
get
her
them.
wheel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vimmy's paying attention.
Nah, you're good. We appreciate the
Absolutely.
efforts that you're doing to help us out with this.
Yes,
Yeah.
we appreciate Tumble Talk asked like an hour before, hey, or 2 hours, like, hey, do you need help? He's one of the
answer was-
CSR MVPs.
Yes, please.
Also, okay, Whale is leaving, so I think Whale is not going to the entrance. Whale is going to go get our Bamboo Island hint.
Okay.
Which I do like seeing
check-
hints.
And
Oh,
no,
just kidding.
No,
she
she already got
the
the hint.
She was
Oh,
just
she did.
checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just checking the goddess cubes.
Can we acknowledge the power play by the bomb was a little delayed.
was
The
so
power
cute.
play by Viola of getting water from a puddle instead of the waterfall.
I mean,
Love it.
I don't know. It's a smart move.
It's a smart move. Like, you're definitely going past the waterfall as well, but like, you know, I kind of even like better the idea of go like throw the bomb to knock down this one and then throw the bomb up to open up the goddess cube and then go fill up water while you're waiting for your bombs to explode. That's a cute little time save. I love it. There's a lot of potential in this strat. And plus it's very cute.
Who knows? Maybe Viola is secretly setting a new meta.
Yeah. Ooh. Whale had a little fall there, but it's okay because this check is actually in logic for once, even though it's the easiest thing to get out of logic. And is the Amber tablet.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, they have also had access to that for quite a while.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, and another sword that brings us up to, I believe, sword go mode.
Yep, that is Master Sword.
And it looks like Whale had to double check that too. Yeah, important to note that your sword will not update until you enter a loading zone. So it does not look like Whale has the Master Sword, but she does. Do not worry. And in most cases, even if the visual is wrong until you enter the next loading zone, you can actually like get the effects of having the better sword, even if it's not visually loaded in. So like if you had the practice sword and you pick up a sword, now your practice sword can do Skyward strikes until you reload the room and it becomes the goddess sword. So like very valid to check.
I mean, sometimes you also you see a sword and you just like press B quickly because you know what it is, and you're like, wait a second, which level do I have?
I am interested to know if there's mod limits.
No.
Sorry.
They can now full clear Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
Um,
interested to know if Viola is going to actually enter Fire Sanctuary. Oop, lava. Or just get the um the entrance and move on after this. Or not go to summit at all and wait for magma mitts before entering the area because I like fun thing about new people becoming more prevalent on the racing scene is I don't know either of these racers' playstyles 100% yet. Like, ooh, I get to learn.
what I'm going to be curious about now is Whale going to just do forwards, full clear Fire Sanctuary, do it forwards, because and this is where stopping to get the hints could have been really useful because
Yeah.
um, that third Triforce hint would be really useful, but also the whip hint, which has to be
Oh,
our Coloctos
skipping
path.
the statue.
Um, like I might have actually considered going to Lanayru because you can go to Lanayru Caves and get 2 hints there. Like I know seems kind of crazy to just go to a region for only hints. But at this point, oh, they're missing Bomb Bag.
Yes, they are
Yes.
missing Bomb
So they
Bag.
can't actually full clear the dungeon.
They cannot. Well, so they can potentially. They cannot guaranteed full clear the dungeon. Depends on the dungeon layout.
My guess, and we may never see these hints, is our 2 path hints for FS. I mean, I have no idea what the path hints for FS could be. But I think we're going to get 2 path hints. Oh, did we get the Coloctos hint in Thunderhead? I missed that.
Oh, I didn't see what the Thunderhead hintstone was.
I
Good
didn't
point.
see it either.
I am going to look.
Gorge Dig Spot is dead, though. Thank you.
And Lanayru Mine has our final Triforce.
Oh, good to know.
So Whale might actually, if she got a Coloctos path hint, she is probably in go mode, unless the bomb bag is required.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up her VOD to see that Thunderhead hint.
The other interesting thing here is that, like, again, I'm not sure how much bit Viola is comfortable with, but one of the interesting things about Fire Sanctuary is that what's that?
That was Thunderhead to Coloctos, which means FS or Boko base has our whip. Because it's got to be the second. I mean, I think it has to be the second mix.
That makes this a really interesting play on Whale's part, because personally, I would have entered. Oh, just kidding. We don't have bomb bag. I'm forgetting about the bomb.
Yeah, not having bomb bag is
Boko base.
Yeah, and with just one thing.
I was gonna say the interesting thing about Fire Sanctuary, which we might be seeing right now, is that you can both save and lose a lot of time in Fire Sanctuary by doing bit shenanigans. If you do them, like, sparingly and with judgment involved, you can really optimize a lot of the dungeon. So I'm curious to see how much we're going to do, because I know Whale doesn't do that much bit, but this might be a really interesting opportunity for Viola to, like, really change up how the standings are going.
She's doing the statue RBM. So...
Well, she could also be doing... we know Plats. She could be doing Second Trap Magma.
Yeah.
It seems like...
She's running, though, so she is... Oh, no. Huh. Okay, she's not doing the statue.
She might have forgotten about the Plats hint? Also, yes, bombs.
Well, okay. I mean, is she... Wait, can't you... What is she... I don't know what RBM this is.
It looks like we forgot about the Oh, no, we are doing second trap magma. Just kidding. No, I said the correct answer, and then I...
Yeah, so she's going to spawn in the second trap magma, and then she's going to bit warp and do basically second magma, the balcony chest, and the back half.
So, okay, this is actually really interesting, because that was first chest, that was bombs, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So most likely, if we're doing this routing from Viola, she might use picking up that chest as her commit. Which, like, technically isn't necessary, because what she's doing right now is also a commit. But it's
I think she's going to grab it because it pings.
Exactly. There you go. It's just, like, a good opportunity to get it, just in case. So she might grab bombs and then book it for back half, or she might continue forwards for a bit, and see what she gets, and then go to back half, because also she doesn't have magma mitts, which... Yeah,
I mean, for her, where the boss key is going to be key for where she... Because you can do a lot of back in time in Fire Sanctuary, but it is generally faster to... If you end up having to clear the whole dungeon, it is faster to just do it vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And...
There are some things that you can do faster with bit, just in general. But the big one is plats. And plats fit to dead. So
yeah. But besides that, it is generally faster if you end up having to, like, if you have to full clear the dungeon, it is it's faster.
I do really like Viola's play of take the commit and go forwards, because once again, Viola can't full clear at the moment. Only Whale has magma mitts. But also,
if she's lucky, she will be able to
yeah, she can potentially skip quite a bit, and also like, she can get the lay of the land going forward. It's much easier to get the lay of the land going forward than it is to do it from the first room. The first room pings. Oh, there's Fire Sorcery breaks again! Actually, that could be even better for Viola. That was balcony. So, if Viola goes backwards, she's just going to get that for free. And not have to do all of the things that that Whale is doing right now. And then potentially, if our whip is in Fire Sanctuary, she can skip Thunderhead.
Yeah.
However, I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure that might have... Well, it might have been second trap magma, because she did spawn that in. One of those.
Well, Bumble, while she might, depending on where the third key is, though. Yeah. Oh no, she still needs magma mitts to come back for it.
So she will be going backwards if she is staying to try to complete the dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, unless... Well, she'll know if that's the third small key, too. Which is the nice thing for her.
Also, can we give a shout out to that? That was truly advanced Lizalfos combat right there. Of, she shield bashed the curse away. Beautiful. I didn't even know you could do that. I don't use the shield.
Oh, when they... Yeah, I'm a shield user. You can shield bash whatever they breathe.
That's so wild. But yeah, this is very interesting, and once again, we're along for the ride with what Viola's routing is gonna do right now. This could save a lot of time, this could lose a lot of time. That's how Fire Sanctuary goes sometimes.
And if you would like, you can say hello to Henry as we're approaching him on Viola's side.
Yeah, so this cannot be our whip. So our whip has to be magma mitts locked at this point. Because
not
that's the only
magma mitts locked, to be clear.
Right,
just
logically.
Logically.
Yeah. But, like, it's possible that this is a seed where you never have to go to Lanayru. I
That
don't
would be
know that it's
exciting.
likely, but it is possible.
I don't think I've ever had a seed where I never had to set foot in Lanayru as a region. But I did have a seed where the first check in Lanayru was my go mode. That's always funny. I can hope for that outcome.
Yeah, 2-tablet seeds are rare, but they do happen.
Hello from Sunny Magma Turf. Hi, I'm making fun of Golden because Golden and Pix had excellent comments on one of our co-op races. For context. Ooh, very nice double on Viola.
You remember our
Love the
commentary
double.
more than I do, so.
Listen, co-op races are the highlight of my month. I love co-op.
Did we commentate grand finals? We did. Pix and I.
Yes.
Yes. So that is Bomba Wall. No, that's second Magma. Not Bomba Wall. Yeah. Okay. So if Whip is there, I mean, it's a little time save for Viola. It's not huge. Like, but Viola should probably, I don't know if this is faster. I was going to say just go and warp out, but because she's no, she has to go back to the start to bit warp because she can't bit warp from this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody's new to Skyward Sword, Fire Sanctuary is a very interesting dungeon in that it's actually 2 maps that kind of overlap and interplay with each other. Please remember to save. Please
save.
remember to save.
Please save.
Oh,
No, please
oh
save.
my God. Viola, please save.
Viola, please save.
Please save.
Are we damaging down before we save? Please
That
save.
could be. Because that...
I hope so.
I hope that's what she's doing.
No, go save.
No!
No! Oh no! Oh no!
Please realize, don't do pit. Go save. Go save. You have an entire commentary team in rapt attention right now.
She knows. She paused there. I think.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Please clip that for the highlight reel and send it to me.
I'm like. This is like commentators about to watch horror.
Oh my God, that has us all on the edge of our seats. But yeah, back to informative commentary. Fire Sanctuary is really interesting as it has kind of 2 maps that interplay with each other kind of interestingly. That there are some things that are like only loaded on one map or the other. In fact, most things are only loaded on one map or the other. And for whatever reason, they are not the front half and the back half. They are the outer map and the inner map. So the outer map is going to be, for some reason, the first room, and then the entire back half. Whereas the inner map is everything else. So if you were to perform the bit warp that Viola's about to do while on the inner map, different things would be loaded in. But if you do it from the outer map, there are things that won't be loaded that allow you to traverse back half much more quickly. And this is where the potential time save comes in for Viola, is that all of the things that... oh, that's unfortunate. There was an oopsie with motion controls right there, but don't worry, we can just redo it. Nothing too bad, or even the worst outcome of a motion control oopsie right there. But yeah, so all of the stuff that Whale is doing right now, Viola can potentially skip by essentially just navigating through a room that is not loaded in, which can save quite a bit of time.
I did not actually see what that was.
Gratitude crystals.
Gratitude crystals.
Gratitude crystals.
Well, that does increase. We're now at 50% odds that the boss key is magma myth locked. I think Viola is now debating what to do. This is the thing about bit is it is a like if you mess it up, it can be a time sink.
Honestly, the biggest problem with when bit goes wrong is that it can sort of mess with your mental state. And the problem is that like if you get it wrong, usually the fastest course of action is to just start over and do it again. Because like you don't want to like lose your potential time save and just be okay with the fact that like you may have lost a bit of time.
So that is the boss key, is vanilla boss key on the boss key chest.
Oh.
Looks like we lost her signal.
Well, so that looks like her Wii might be turned off?
Yeah, her Wii turned off.
We're gonna wait for more information on what's happening there.
I just checked her stream to make sure she will be back.
Okay.
I'm just her Wii will turn back on.
Okay, wonderful.
There we go. Good.
Oh, yo, we get to see everybody's favorite part of booting up SSR. What sort of janky settings do you have to boot up homebrew? Because there is no homebrew setup I've ever heard of without jank.
All right, so there are some ways to get this boss key with Back in Time. I just don't know whether we'll see Viola do them. I don't know how comfortable she is with them.
The interesting thing about the boss key bit is that I believe the bit is a little bit slower than doing it the intended way. If you do the intended way perfectly optimally, which the section that Whale is doing right now is not very difficult to do optimally, like you just have to remember the combination. The part that Whale is about to do is the part where you can lose a lot of time just to bad RNG.
He's a meanie.
Yeah, he really is, that little Moldorm over there. So, there is a case to be made for even if you do have magma mitts, just doing the bit, because it's kind of a picking the evil you know over the evil you don't know, that you're always going to get a consistent outcome of how long it takes to do in bit, because it does take 2-bit interactions, but they are the fastest bit interactions in Skyward Sword. You pretty much just instantly set the flags. Two of the fastest interactions in Skyward Sword. There's a nice bit work. So, it's not necessarily a huge time loss to not have magma mitts, but once again, it does come down to what are you comfortable with?
Yes.
And this little dude right now is being a good example of being
a meanie.
Moldorms?
There we go.
There's a reason they're called Trolldorms. Yeah, so Viola is going to get her for her Master Sword.
Yeah.
But there's a very specific set of things you do basically to get both of these chests fully out of bounds. I don't know what they are. Pippi does. That's 25 crystals for Viola.
Yeah, so now you can see this room being unloaded. I like Viola is not doing the YOLO strat. Oh, maybe we're a little bit doing the YOLO strats. Hopefully this should be close enough.
5. And then she's figuring out that is the boss key chest. And then he's gonna...
We're double checking our pings. Yep. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. There's a
She did really good with the setup there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a way you can kind of YOLO that without having to walk in and out of that door, but personally, I have the feeling that it goes wrong so often.
She's okay because she's got health.
Oh yeah, she's fine. That fence doesn't exist, by the way.
Yeah,
this entire
you have to
dungeon
side
is
hop
an OSHA violation. At the moment.
It's just such a funny way to... Like, it's true. It's just a funny way to put it.
I need to find one of my favorite clips from any showcase I've ever done was making a joke about entering sealed grounds and wow, this whole area is really an OSHA violation. They should put up a fence. The joke being that there's supposed to be a fence there and we deloaded it, but we didn't explain the joke, so it was just like we made a dumb OSHA joke and then just runners cackling on mic for 3 minutes. How not to do a showcase, but how to amuse yourself.
Also, if you really love Girahim, this is the seed for you.
Yes, we get triple Girahim.
This is date night with Girahim with a quick stop at Koloktos. I do also, like, I do want to highlight that there's kind of been a very large difference in sort of gameplay philosophy between these two runners, which is really interesting, and I don't think that, like, necessarily either philosophy is going to be correct, quote unquote. It's just kind of up to personal preference. That Viola has, like, is a relatively newer racer, but really, like, every possible trick that she's had the resources for, she's like put in the effort, even in for like a couple of like the sort of smaller time savey tricks that can be a little bit scary. And that's really good if you like want to put all of those little time save tricks, like want to incorporate like bit and stuff like that into your gameplay. We are not doing boss key RBMs.
You know, that's fair.
Answered. Very fair. But like that's really good for if you like long term want to try to introduce more tricks and like little time saves into your gameplay, but in the short term is going to be a lot more work for you. It's a lot of putting yourself out of your comfort zone, whereas I think Whale has taken much more of the approach of like, you know, we take the tried and true strats, the things that we're comfortable with, and like once again, comfort is not without value. Like that is definitely a very valid play. It's just two sort of very different philosophies, and it's like interesting to see them paired against each other.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Viola is playing more similar to you, just doing a lot of bit, whereas Whale is really not. The thing I'm interested in is Whale skipping Boko base here.
It is very interesting considering we didn't find...
She might just be going to mine, though. I actually think she might just be going to get the Triforce and grab these hints. Because, yeah... Like she's dousing, but I think she knows. Now that I think about it, yeah, I forgot that there's a Triforce.
Yeah.
I did not even look at that hint. The hints are not very useful now.
All right, there's our amber tablet.
Oh, that could be our path to Thunderhead.
What was it? Sorry, I missed.
The amber tablet was in Thunderhead.
Yes.
That's
that
true.
could be our path to Colossus.
That's true. We shouldn't be so...
I forgot that was... That is actually more likely our path. Because it just opens so many more checks. Okay, this makes more sense now. I forgot the amber tablet was there. I mean, I still would have done Boko base, I think, personally, just because
you were in Elden already. It's a smaller region, yeah.
It's a smaller region. You're in Elden already. It's, you know. But I get playing this way.
Well, if you're wanting to get back into randomizer tournaments, Season 4 of Skyward Sword will be starting soon.
Yeah. Also, for just kind of a quick check-in with if you are interested in Skyward Sword Randomizer, but like Season 4 sounds a little scary or anything like that, we do have plenty of other things going on in Skyward Sword Randomizer that you are welcome to come try out with us. Coming up on December 13th, we're gonna have the demi-annual Skyward Sword co-op All Sanity race, which is all skill levels welcome. We don't even have a restream. It's just kind of like a fun way to meet people in the community and have some low stakes sort of enjoyment of the randomizer. I know a lot of people have come in as relatively new racers to some of those races, and it's really fun. You get to learn from your partner and also just hang out and chat. So that's coming up real soon, and if anybody is interested, the signups for that are still open. And if you don't have a partner, we can potentially find you one. Also, we have plenty of other things that happen throughout the year. If you're don't have the flexibility to immediately sign up for a full tournament, we last year had the tax day race, we had the co-op tournament.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other things going on, and if those types of things, as we have them currently laid out, do not give you the opportunity to participate, let us know what would help you participate, and we might be able to have more fun side stuff to accommodate all levels of play and all levels of, commitment availability.
I do have to say, the tax day race is my favorite race.
It is the Vanilla special.
Indeed.
I really
literally is the Vanilla special. Literally was created just to make Familia, who is a beloved community member, happy.
And it sure does.
I really liked last year we had the addition of an optional texture pack to make the tax day race a step harder, which was that all rupees now look like rupors. So if you want to gain rupees, you better go pick up those rupors, because not all of them are rupors. Some of them are. Some of them are
still. It was so good.
Very, very silly in general. I definitely recommend, and also for a nice sort of cozy way to learn the randomizer, and learn it under some some more silly shenaniganery oriented. Oh, there's the whip.
Well, that
There's
is go mode
it.
for Whale.
Indeed, and that is also.
Finally found it.
I think she's. Is she trying?
She might be just going to a statue.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just warped to start from here, but
Yeah,
this is a fast seed, but
yeah,
it's
this is
going to
also...
depend on where you went in Linearu first. Though I think if you got that hint,
yeah,
you're probably going here. So yeah, I mean, both of our runners are going to be in go mode. I would have just warped to start out of here. But this, I think we can fairly call this a jet seed.
Yeah, this is pretty jetty. This is pretty jetty. Yeah, because that's go mode for Whale, and that's also about to be go mode for Viola. But also keeping in mind that the race isn't over until we bifurcate Demise's torso. That we still have to worry about the layout of Ancient Cistern, because there is a boss key in Ancient Cistern to worry about, and there is still plenty of execution in Endgame to worry about, so there is plenty more to go.
Yeah, Whale, I don't think realizes she's in go mode.
To answer the question in chat for what is the season 4 settings, the general season 4 settings in very quick version is we have 3 dungeons. Trials have 4 checks in them each, with one of them being the
reward.
We have random starting spawn, but it is limited to statues. You start with 1 starting tablet, and it will usually be wherever your starting spawn is, unless you started on Skyloft.
So if you watch season 3, the big changes are we added a bunch of goddess cubes.
Yes, added goddess cubes, flooded Farron Woods for a bit. Yeah.
We removed a couple of the slow checks. There's some tweaks to the hints. It's not like a huge change, but it's kind of trying different things.
As well as showing off some new stuff that we got added since season 3.
Yeah, all of the dungeons are, except for Earth Temple, are open at the start. You don't need items to open them. In Earth Temple, the keys are all
region locked. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, got a couple new toys to play with.
I'm trying to think what Whale thinks she needs here.
Yeah, I'm assuming that she might be going for the moral victory. We haven't found Tim yet.
That is possible, but Tim doesn't douse.
Yes, I don't think that's the case, but you can't cut it out. You can't rule it out as a possibility.
I mean, someday we'll have to get Robo to make a custom Tim dousing build. I think she just genuinely forgot that she has everything she needs. Oh, harp! They're in harp!
You're so right!
Oh my god.
So right.
That's okay. Whale's a lot smarter than we are. Is the moral of the story.
You're so right.
We do know that the Silent Realms are all dead. Because Silent Realms cannot. You need the harp, even with the skip harp playing, to enter a Silent Realm.
Yeah, for a second I was like, why is Viola getting more checks in here?
But that key will make it easier.
Our runners are smarter than our commentators today. Getting a single small key in Ancient Cistern makes it so much faster.
So much easier.
So right. So right. Yeah. We are very silly. We forgot about harp. Is there a harp doesn't have a hinted location, does it?
I don't think so.
Harp does not have a hinted location. Yeah,
Alright,
the
let's
only
see.
items that are hard hinted are
Oh, that's
Nehru's
Nehru's
Wisdom
Wisdom.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we are in a harp casino.
Yeah.
I think, this is a fair to call casino.
Also, happy hour and a half.
Yeah, we did not do a happy 1 hour. We got very busy, but please do give both of our runners a follow, our Vela and Whalefins. Thank you, Pippi and Remy, for commentating with me. And thank you to Tomotalk and Latachi Maka for tracking.
And thank you, Golden, for helping us put on this restream, helping us on comms, and doing a lot of the work behind the scenes to make season 4 happen. There are several people who have been like trying to put in the hours to make season 4 come together, and Golden is like one of chief among them. So please appreciate that. Like, the tournaments are a lot of work to put together, but it is all worth it if everybody has a good time, and we are so appreciative of Golden for helping make that happen.
What I signed up for. No need to.
No, you cannot get out of gratitude that easily.
There's harp.
Harp.
Well, that's go mode.
That is go mode.
I do wonder who is going to forget that they need the harp. Like, I do think...
Us, apparently.
Yes, the answer was us. I don't think that Viola has forgotten that she needs the harp, because if you noticed, Viola did miss the Ancient Cistern entrance hint stone earlier and went back for it when she was entering Ancient Cistern. So I think she does know that she's not in go mode yet, but did opt to do the dungeon first, which, like, is honestly kind of 6 of one, half dozen of another. It doesn't really matter what order.
I mean, the dungeon has to get done either way.
Yeah, the dungeon gotta get done, and you know that there's nothing that you need other than the boss key and potentially small keys inside the dungeon. So it's going to be the same amount of time commitment, provided that you have all of the items that are required for it, and also that could potentially speed up the checks, which handily both of our runners do. We have the Whip and Water Dragon scale. We have claw shots in case you needed them. We even have Quick Beetle. We can do some out of logic stuff potentially. We got Bow, so you can wreck Coloctos like Viola just did. Like, you got plenty of options to speed up the dungeon as much as possible. So kind of irrelevant as a decision which one you want to do first.
Just have to say though, like, the Coloctos strategies feel so rewarding as tricks to learn.
Yes.
They feel so good.
Yeah, I'm so bad at the bomb strat for phase 1, but
Coloctos is definitely something that I personally struggled with a lot when I first started, but like, once you know how to, like, what timing to look for, all the timings are super, super lenient. And it's very, very kind to you in terms of how to actually do the tricks, and it's super rewarding. I would say slightly less lenient for Moldarak, but starts to enter the same territory of Like, it's very rewarding once you know how to do it. You can save so much time just skipping cycles.
Yeah.
Now it's time to, though, see where Viola's gonna go next, because she could go finish her dungeon. There is nothing stopping her. However, she does need to do those harp checks, and the specter of Boko Base is standing there just asking you to lose time.
I think she's gonna go to Boko Base.
That's what I would do, and I would also lose time. It feels like the correct option. Oh no, we're jumping straight to the end of the dungeon.
Well, she knows where the boss key is.
Yes.
She might have forgotten. She might think she's in go mode.
Potentially.
This is a seed that, again, like, could be a jet. But I think it really depends.
Oh, the simultaneous door opening. Ooh, woo.
Like, the thing about jet seeds is if you miss the jet, right? Like, someone could easily have done all of Sansi instead of Lanayru Desert.
A jet is only a jet if you can afford a ticket.
Yeah. It's why some people really hate jet seeds, because if it's not something really obvious on the way, like, you just do the wrong things.
Alright, let's see how this Moldorm... is this Moldorm gonna play favorites today? Because the Moldorm was pretty mean to Whale. Let's see.
Yeah, the Moldorm, it is partially RNG. There definitely is some skill in understanding how to manipulate it, though. Like, I don't want to say it is pure RNG and pure troll. Because if you know how to manipulate it, you can basically get it to do what you want. So, like, if Viola is careful... Nope.
Oh, no, that might work. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You can pull that out on the second hit. It's a lot harder.
You don't want to chase here.
Oh, that was...
Okay, she's okay.
That was a very nice, that was a really nice sort of
good
got the last hit. Not only did she get that nice bait at the end to get him to crash into the wall to behave, but also she was able to finish the fight right near the exit, which saves a little bit of extra time. That is almost entirely RNG. There's not a ton of way you can manipulate that too much. He just makes choices as to which direction he wants to go half the time, and especially when he is in the Angie phase, he's just gonna scuttle where he's gonna scuttle, and you gotta work with it. But he was very nice that time.
Yeah, and I don't know, this feels like, again, we were questioning why Whale was in Lanayru, and she was much more intelligent than us.
We forgot about the harp.
And the harp on Secret Passageway chest is a little cruel. But yeah. She's getting trolled here by Coloctos RNG.
Coloctos is just flexing at her.
Flexing his purple goop muscles.
Yeah, I know there is some reaction based on your distance, but I don't know. I think there is also RNG.
There is RNG involved, yeah. That's unfortunate. So there is a way that if you have, technically, as long as you have White Sword or more, but it's much, much harder with White Sword, but if you have Master Sword or True Master Sword, you don't need bombs to be able to do the one cycle on phase 1 for Coloctos. However, we seem to have opted for just slashing wildly on him, which unfortunately does not do enough damage.
Yeah, the thing is, if you don't know exactly how to do the one cycle, you can just lose time trying to go for it. and it's again a question of like I don't know how comfortable she is.
Yeah.
Every runner has different comfort, and with Colossus, especially the one cycles, there's like 4 of them depending on what level sword you have. Because there's
That's
a
a
one
lot.
cycle, there's a bombless one cycle with every level of sword.
I don't think for Coloctos you can if you have less than White Sword. White Sword, you can barely eke it out by essentially doing, like, I've only done it a couple times personally because it kind of sucks and it's really finicky, that you essentially can deal some amount of damage but not enough to
There
phase
is
transition him.
there is a trick with
Oh.
longsword.
That
and there is a
sounds
goddess sword,
awful.
but it's you have to get a very specific number of hints.
That sounds awful.
It's a very finicky particular thing.
Okay, so it seems that I am heartened by the fact that Whale, that I can see her full stream over here, it, but on her tracker at least does seem to be snooping at Lineru, so hopefully we are gonna go get Harp. We might be going for Upper Bombable first, which was pinging, which I kind of like that. That seems like a good play. Unfortunately, we know it's not the answer on this one, but it's still a good play.
Yeah. Right, and she's had that in her mind for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's here already, so this makes sense to just go for.
Yeah, if you were gonna warp to start after getting the Mitzlock check anyway. Colin's letter. Thanks, Colin. Why did you leave that there? That's not a mailbox.
Yeah.
It's also not a place to put your toilet paper. This has been a really interesting seed, though. I'm glad that we got not just like a pure jet seed, but like an interesting jet seed for our first go around.
Yeah. I mean, there were a couple cubes that were actually useful. I don't know any were hard required. No Flooded Faron, no Silent Realms. That's part of why this was so fast, I think. Also, the Triforces, just...
Yeah, that's honestly, like, what makes or breaks a jet seed is whether or not your random disconnected items, your Triforces, your swords, your harp, are kind of in places that are on the way, as opposed to just somewhere off, stashed in a corner. So we do like that all the Triforces were kind of neat. Oh, we are going in the correct direction.
Okay. Viola should be in go mode pretty soon then. It's just she might clear a lot of things before Secret Passageway.
Yeah,
She's going
most
for
likely.
this cube jump. We know the cube is unrequired, but... You know, she doesn't have the angle lined up. And you can't side hop here. You have to front hop. There we go.
And
we're into the
great
ending.
example of horde skip over here, where we were able to be like, not this time, not this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, Horde is like an interesting skill check, and like I think is one of those things that really benefits people coming from the speedrunning background side of things, because like if you've ever run all dungeons or like no bit, restricted bit, one of the actually I don't even know, restricted bit doesn't even do horde anymore, but like if you're one of the like legacy runners, you might be really comfortable with horde, but it's like a lot to ask of new players, and like isn't super like,
yeah, like horde skip is an
relevant to
interesting
random.
Horde skip is an interesting skill check, but the rest of Horde is just like a slog
Not.
and kind of slow. It's, I don't know, like I said, it's like if you watch Ocarina of Time, it's like Castle Escape in a lot of ways. And Whale does shieldless. Oh, there we go. Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Come on. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay. Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
That is
You can tell Whale started playing before Hylian Shield became a thing. Because she does all this stuff shieldless.
Oh, so up until that point, a shield does not make it faster. This shield does speed up very minutely. But also, like, really, it's much more comfort than anything else. It doesn't save enough time to really be worth it unless you're quibbling over seconds, you know? Like, you will save more time on average doing, like, whatever you are more comfortable with if you're not comfortable with, like, the timing for shield bashes in general. But the earlier phase is actually one of the things that makes doing the Master Sword instead of TMS required more interesting. Because, we're doing Shield Strat's Demise, my beloved.
I love Shield Strat Demise.
Oh, I hate it so much.
I mean, I have to agree, I'm a Shield Strat Demise person.
Oh my gosh.
I love folks that are capable of doing it without a shield. Like, that's so hype for y'all.
Yeah, vanilla speedrunners are really good. The shield on Demise is a huge safety.
GG's for Whale.
Yeah, and
beautiful and well done.
I will say, like, really well done for Whale. This race also had Audrey, who is probably in like the top 8 or so runners. Whale has played a lot of rando. She hasn't raced a lot.
Yeah.
But this is kind of an example of like jet seeds can. We don't know what Audrey did.
You catch it.
Yeah. This also very much feels like a seed where, well, going to Thunderhead helped, but not doing bit, I think really saved you time this seed for the most part.
I still feel like, personally, I think, like, we can all like hypothesize, I feel like you could have potentially saved a little bit of time with, like, if Viola's tricks had essentially all been first try, with like really intelligent Fire Sanctuary routing, but
this is not a seed where bit was a huge time saver.
Fire Sanctuary bit is always going to be a little bit of a gamble. So you are kind of taking similarly, like, in the opposite direction of what I was saying earlier about doing bit for the boss key chest can cut out the Moldorm RNG. Bit to navigate Fire Sanctuary, you are usually kind of like making a judgment call between if you want to take the very consistent time that it will take to get through Fire Sanctuary the normal way, or if you want to have the potential time save, but potential time loss of playing the odds for bit.
And GG Whale.
GG. Excellent job.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Yeah, what did you think of the seed?
It was I feel that I got super lucky with routing. Just I don't know what was going on. My whale sense was tingling. And I just picked the right places to go.
I would like to call attention before we continue with your retrospective that Viola, our other restreamed racer, did finally just hit go mode. She was just looking for that harp on Secret Passage. So she was right behind you for quite a while. So she's entering endgame right now. But sorry, continue.
Yes. Awesome. No, good for her. That's awesome. Yeah, I was debating at the end, like, should I go to like complete my Skyloft checks and such? And I just ended up picking Lineru, and I'm very glad I did.
Yeah.
But other than that, interesting seed. I'm always really bad at like remembering the seed after I'm done, but I felt that things were balanced pretty well. The hints were interesting. I don't think I got a single hint that like except for the Triforce in Mines. That was like the only one that I didn't know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, just kind of
Yeah.
the way that this seed was laid out, with the fact that you
Yeah.
didn't have to go for endgame Triforce Casino, because you got the first two pieces of the Triforce like super, super early,
True.
was like kind of like made a couple of the hints more relevant. Also, the fact that somehow
You'll
flooded
also,
barren woods was barren.
yeah,
Yeah.
y'all got some
So
really strong Baron hints that
yes.
carried a lot of weight this season.
Also,
Yeah,
I'd
Yes,
like
that's
to
very
point
true.
out the Thunderhead path hint in Thunderhead was an interesting way
Yeah.
to do that. Thank you, Seed. Thank you
Yeah.
for being weird.
The seed
yeah.
was
What I
very
was
that
go ahead.
that hit did end up being helpful because I was like, okay, well, either Magmamits or Lineru is leading to my whip. That's what it is.
I have
Yeah, I
to
don't know that we
wonder.
saw the other two paths anyway.
Yeah. I
Not in
have
yeah, I didn't catch
Or
them.
we might have seen a G2 path. We saw
You're
Farronwood's
right.
G2 path in
Yeah.
caves that was just like total
thanks,
junk.
man. Yeah.
Um there was
Yeah.
probably not a Skyview path.
I'd like to point out that you are our first finished racer, at counting all the racers, not just the restreamed racers, and like super GGs on that because like both you and Viola haven't been like in the racing scene quite as long as Adri, who is also competing today, and like Adri
Yeah.
still hasn't finished. So I have to wonder because we on commentary were like, "Oh, you
Forgot about the
probably."
heart.
We also did forget about the harp. But we all were like, "Oh, you probably want to go full clear Boko base first because it's a smaller area and it's like less." Even before the harp, when we were just talking about looking for whip, it's
Mhm.
less checks in case they're all dead, and neither you nor Viola ever touched Boko base, so I wonder if that's where Adri went and was punished for it.
That's a possibility.
I
I
also wonder
definitely
Sansi.
Yes.
Sansi, oh my god, yeah. I was like, I'm not going to Sansi. I'm gonna put that off as long as I can. Boko base would have been a good decision. I personally chose not to go because I already knew that I had my Triforce in mind, and I was like, if my
Yes.
other stuff is there, that'd be cool. And also because I felt that it was going to take a really long time to check Boko base. Maybe I'm just bad at Boko base, but it takes me a while. Also, I want to clarify, I've been in the racing scene, I think as long as Adri. I just have never done the only tournament I've done is the baguette tournament. So I am excited to participate in this one and
By racing
be
Really
scene
more
excited
involved.
for having
specifically,
you.
by racing scene, I specifically was referring to like the official season tournaments. I know you've been
Oh,
around
I
doing a
got you.
couple. Like you're not super inexperienced with the randomizer. Viola has also done a decent amount of non-tournament races. Did the anniversary All Sanity, has done some of the co-op stuff. So like both of you have other accolades to your name. I did not mean to discredit those at all.
No,
I'm
that's
so
totally
sorry.
fine. That's totally fine.
I was
Oh, and
worried
GG's
there
Viola.
for Viola because I thought she missed the quick kill, but she got it, and
Yeah.
there's GG's on stream.
Absolute
GG's.
GG's to Viola. Also, very, very close race between our restreamed racers today. Really strong showing.
Yeah, and Viola's also going to come in for an interview.
Awesome.
Um, Yeah, we were
But how
saying
do you
like
like your date with Girahim today?
Oh, that's so true.
Wait, was there a question in there? I'm so sorry.
We're asking how you like to date night with Girahim.
Oh, my date night with Girahim. Oh my god. Yeah, I got to see him 3 times today. It was a very good time. I think he was mostly on good behavior. So I appreciate that. But I always love to see my boy Girahim.
Also, welcome in Viola, GG.
Hello, thank you. I almost DNF'd, but I still got the sub 2.
Ooh.
But you not only got the sub 2, oh my goodness, you beat Adri by about a minute. That was very, very close. My
Wow.
goodness. Very much GG's.
yeah.
Also, less than 10 minutes of separation on Restream. Like, as we had Whale finishing up and entering in for the interview, you had just hit go mode. You were just finding your harp. So, yeah, no need to DNF. You were very close.
Yeah.
No, I meant in Fire Sanctuary, I almost DNF'd
Yeah.
because I got that weird glitch where the music stops.
Oh.
Oh.
But yeah, GG's. How do you feel about the seed?
I made a few mistakes, but it went okay.
That's how I'm feeling.
I did my very thing that I do all the time, which is I forget that harp is a required item. And then
we all forgot on comms
did
as well,
too.
don't worry.
Yeah. But thankfully I remembered before I got to the sealed temple, so.
Yeah, we got to see you and Whale took very, very different routing approaches to Fire Sanctuary. And honestly, like I want to say it played out about evenly. Like it had a huge possibility to swing wildly in one direction or the other, but it played out kind of even for both of you, which was really interesting to watch. Really cool.
Yeah, can I ask what happened in Fire Sanctuary? Did you like with the I failed the bit warp once and then I failed it again and then I got the glitch where I couldn't interact with the statue and there was no music.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the unsafe. So that's a weird one. I've only had that happen once or twice. Essentially, what you managed to RBM was the save state flag. That it's like it RBM'd the fact that you were saving because the timing was like slightly off, and you do just have to power cycle your console because like you can't interact with anything because the game thinks you are still saving and kind of gets stuck there. Yeah. That's kind of the danger of doing the quote unquote unsafe bit warp, and the reason why I personally don't go for the unsafe bit warp, even though it's faster. I would much rather be safe and consistent, especially if I'm not doing like a vanilla speedrun. But it can be a little bit scary. We couldn't tell what was happening because I can't speak for the other commentators, but I didn't have either player's audio playing. So
Neither
I
did I.
wonder what happened.
I just had Whale's audio. So I couldn't I had Whale's audio because that's the audio that was on the stream.
Okay, yeah. I see what happened now. Okay.
Yeah. But you did go for like it was super interesting that you went for like a lot of bit tricks and a lot of sort of movement tricks in general that like those can be really scary to like just full send it go for. So like GG's for absolutely like going out there and giving it your all. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Did anybody else have any thoughts about the seed?
I don't think so.
I think it was a pretty fun example of a fast seed to start off showcasing what things could look like.
Yeah.
I guess one thought is that if I had remembered to check my starting item earlier, I would have gone to Floria earlier.
Ooh,
But I
yeah.
didn't. But I think that actually helped with my routing because I got the beetle and then I was able to full clear Skyview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little annoying when your starting item just happens to be one of the ones that you can't just pull up the B wheel for.
That's true.
On comms, we also for some reason thought you were starting with the Gust Bellows because somebody just said it in chat really confidently and we all believed them because we're gullible apparently.
They were making a prediction, but we thought they were telling us what you started with.
Oh.
They also stated the dungeons, and we didn't realize that was a guess.
Yeah.
Well, they were 2/3 right with their guess.
They were.
Good for them.
But yeah, I hope y'all had fun with the seed. We hope to see both of you back for the actual tournament. If you have any thoughts or anything on anything moving forward.
I'm looking forward to the tournament. Thanks for having me on Restream. It was a fun first stream ever.
Yeah. You killed it.
Thanks.
With that, I don't know if we may or may not do some weekly races between now and the ZSR Christmas break. We haven't talked about it, but come back in early January. We will definitely have races here on season 4. Please give both our runners a follow, Viola and Whale. Thanks to Pippi and Vimy for commentating, and they're both gone, but Tomotalk and Lada Chiamaka for tracking. We're going to go raid over to Scrub Central, who are doing an Ocarina of Time race. But I think we have MMR Grand Finals back here in 2 hours, so you may want to come back here for that. Other than that, have a good Sunday, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.